It's windy. This is Jacob Ritter.
You got the video going?
Yeah, I do. I'm David Ritter. We are walking to occupy the Fed today.
That's right. We're taking part. We're making something of ourselves. We make a difference.
We've already gotten a few honks from people who like our sign, like our shirts.
That's right.
People have power.
You know, individuals can make a huge difference. Every single person that sees this in one way or another is going to be influenced. It might just be a little seed that they don't even think about for like a year or 5 years. But every single person that sees this is going to be influenced. I, one individual, David, you, one individual, is making a huge difference right here, right now. There's power in the people, baby.
Power in the people.
All right, take a look. This is it. This is the Federal Reserve Bank in Minneapolis.
It's in this building right here.
Devalue our currency. They turn it into nothing. The value of the dollar has gone down by like 96%, something like that, in the past 100 years since this building's inception. It's been almost 100 years. But these folks devalue the currency. Fractional reserve banking, central banking is what is ruining this country. You know, we've got all these people over here at the government building, that occupies the Wall Street movement, but it is the Federal Reserve that is the biggest problem. They are the ones that control the currency. They've got 100% monopoly on it. All these folks that want to tell us that, you know, they're so upset about monopolies in these different organizations, corporations, it is the Fed that has the power.
Daniel, I came down here Friday night, no one else here, all by myself, and I thought that was really cool. That was even cooler than everybody else. And then you guys came along with your sign, and you know, I'm just one person, but the message is on the Fed.
Absolutely.
You have to get the Ponzi scheme, and we have to get that message out. We have to get back to the gold standard, sound money.
What do you think of the Occupy Wall Street movement that's been going on? What are the good things and bad things we can take from that?
Well, it's a lot of people getting together. I think it's been co-opted by Obama and other entities. But it shows how many people want to get together. It just shows what's going on in the world right now.
What's your name and why are you here?
My name is Jump Hill, and I'm here because it's a beautiful day, and I get to enjoy my rights as an American citizen to sit here in this beautiful public park and to observe the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis in the 9th District and be a part of the world that I live in, consciously aware of the world that I live in. But I'm not protesting anything. I'm not against anything. I am part of a movement, and that movement is nothing other than awareness. I support awareness.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anybody else want to just say a word? And
I got nothing.
Why are you here?
I guess because my parents had sex. I'm into science.
I'm with you.
I'm into science, and here's my sign. I eventually.
Oh, here, flip that over so we can read it, Jay.
Oh. You know, that's my sign. I guess, you know, I saw a lot of other signs that are the same thoughts I agree with.
Sure about ending this criminal drug war we got going on.
What's that?
Well, I thought that might be about marijuana. Is that about marijuana at all? No?
You know, it could be, but that wasn't my intention. You know, it's more about that if you take, you know, basically you don't need to take coins or a cheese grater to the dollar bills to get the plants to grow.
Gotcha. Well, I'm all for it, because a lot of what Fed and Wells Fargo got caught shipping hundreds of billions of dollars in. Yeah.
To be correct.
Billions.
A $100 million fine. What?
Billions and billions of dollars shipped over here in illegal drugs, and they only paid a couple, $100 million or something.
It was 0.001% of the total, I believe.
That is a pretty darn good deal, isn't it?
At the same time, the government
Okay, so
arms into Mexico.
So Wells Fargo itself, the corporation, got caught.
Wells Fargo, absolutely. Wells Fargo got caught shipping illegal drugs from Mexico into the United States. How many billions of dollars?
$377 billion.
377. This is mainstream news, laundered through the bank directly.
Now, is this street value or is this what they paid?
You know, right. Well, I don't know exactly how it all works out, but they get caught, no heads roll.
Okay.
It's almost completely out of the mainstream media. They pay millions of dollars in fines and make billions and billions of dollars in profit. And this happens all the time. It's unbelievable.
I've never even heard of it, and I am savvy. I keep track of the news.
The level,
Never heard that.
you know, the level of corruption is just unbelievable. It runs so deep, and it is the Federal Reserve Bank that empowers all of it. Because there is no, they have the sole monopoly to print money. They're the only group that can print money. And because they have that, we have to buy our dollars from the bank, you know?
Here's the problem with the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson. If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their money, first by inflation, then by deflation, the banks and the corporations that will grow up around them will deprive the people of their property until their children will wake up homeless and on a continent their fathers conquered. Does that sound like bank foreclosures in America in 2010? That sounds like a giant central bank sucked the money out of it with their corporations of Wells Fargo, GE, and the rest of them, and stole my kid's future. That's why I'm here.
Exactly. You know, I hate politics. I just hate it. People are like, so you must really care about politics. And I'm just like, no, I hate politics. But I have to be involved because they are directly affecting my loved ones' lives.
Because I'm into humanity. That's why I'm into politics. Because I'm into humanity.
Okay, so Dave, we've been here for what, about an hour? 45 minutes, an hour?
Something like that.
Okay, so tell me, what have you experienced just in the past hour here?
Lots of honks, lots of waves, lots of thumbs up, a few head shakes, and I just give them thumbs up right back.
I saw you were having a conversation with someone here earlier on a bike.
Yeah, so there was the main conversation a guy came up to me, looked like a real intellectual type, and he came up to me and said, so what are you guys protesting? And I went on to tell him about how a lot of the people are at Wall Street, but the real problem is here at the Federal Reserve. And he asked me, oh, why is that? And I told him about how the Federal Reserve is just crashing our dollar into nothing, and the working people are paying for it, and he didn't really like what I had to say, and he kind of walked away.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. And
I wonder if he walked right into the bank here.
I think I saw him walk away. He was kind of like the type that his mind is made up on everything ever for the rest of his life.
Gotcha.
So, but pretty much, this isn't really something that people can get angry with you about.
Absolutely.
It's the only people that are going to be angry about this are the people in there, and that is less than 1% of the population in America that work in something like that. So 99% of the people are either blind to it and don't really care, or are giving me the honk.
Absolutely. Again, so we have two more. We have two more in the Fedders, Ron Paulers here that have joined us. Please tell us about what you witnessed over the course of the day.
I got here at the Fed around noon. I didn't even plan to come to a protest. I just happened to be driving by the city, and it was in the back of my mind. InfoWars had mentioned something about a Fed rally. So I stopped down here, and there was about 6 people, including that Buddhist monk who's been meditating there for, God knows, 12 hours or so. I made my way down to the protest, and little did I know, everybody from the Occupy Wall Street had already marched a different block back this way. So about a dozen of us, Ron Paul and the Fed guys, followed them back. And when I got here, I've been to end the Fed rallies, and nothing like this. This is the biggest one. I can estimate maybe 500 people. The whole courtyard was filled all the way back to the river, and we had a
Wow.
gave a speech, a steady chant, and the Fed. They were looking out their windows out there. We've never got so much.
Wow.
This was epic.
We missed it. We missed it.
There was music and Congo drums. I've been so happy I came out today, and there's something big happening.
Go ahead and take a look over there really quick. These are the folks that have been here since we've been here.
Longer.
They've been here longer. There was one other person there originally, and we had this gentleman here who was holding up the cardboard sign. And so there have been about, since we've been here, it's been maybe an hour and a half. There's been maybe 6 or 7 over the course of the time we've been here. So just to be clear, just down the road a little bit is where the Occupy Wall Street is happening. You said there's about 80 to 100 is what you estimated?
Oh, there's more by now.
So, and it's definitely going to grow. It's definitely going to grow over the weekend. And they have been coming back and forth.
Yep.
So there have been more people here at the Federal Reserve. So we're doing everything we can here at Occupy the Fed, Minneapolis. And our heart goes out. Our heart goes out. Our heart goes out to everybody at Dallas. Our heart goes out to everybody at the different Fed protests across the nation as we are trying to raise awareness for this criminal cartel. Criminal cartel. You got those dollars on you? So, people have been giving out these little pamphlets here. Let me read you what it says. The Federal Reserve is not federal. It is a private banking cartel. That is true, folks. This is not a federal building. It is not a part of our government in any way. It's fully admitted. It's easy to look up, okay? The Federal Reserve is not accountable to the Congress. They can do whatever they want. They were enacted by the Congress, but Congress has forgone their oversight. Ron Paul has talked about this over and over and over again, that there is no control of the Congress over the Federal Reserve, and it needs to be shut down. Since 1913, our dollar has lost 95% of its purchasing power. Folks, that is true. That is true. Don't let people who tell you that a dollar is always going to be worth a dollar no matter what. We have seen it in gas. We're seeing it more in commodities. Gold has increased something like $400 to $600 just in the past year. I mean, it is absolutely outrageous. Wake up. Wake up, America. Check out InfoWars. Check out Ron Paul. We must end the Fed.